Alright, so here we are at home. I'm just about to head out. Today's the day, finally, it's arrived. Been preparing for it for a long year. This has been a project that's almost 2 years in the making now. To walk 60k in one day. I'm a little nervous heading out the door, because I know that if I succeed in this endeavor, by the end of the 60k, I'm going to be in a lot of pain. The last couple months have just basically been preparation to mitigate how much pain I'm going to be in by the end of the day. But if everything works out one way or the other, this video is going to document my suffering. Officially introduced 60k in a day video. Here we go. Alright, here we are in the Dundas Valley at Stacy Meadow, the beginning of the journey today. The goal is 60k. I'm going to be trucking hard. I hadn't decided if I was going to go slow or, push hard. And given the time that I hit the trail today, I think I'm going to be pushing hard, so that if things go real bad, by the end of the day I still have bus access, because buses don't run all night around here, and part of my bailout involves using the local buses. If things don't go well and I need to leave the trail and I can't complete the 60k, then I'm getting home on a bus. And if it's 4 in the morning and I'm dead to the world, there's no buses. So I'm gonna be pushing it. Hopefully I'll be done by midnight at least, so that'll be it. It's 10 a.m. now. I'm on the trail. I've already done about 1 kilometer, so just 1k down so far. But every journey starts with a small step. So here we go. We're starting, and we're off. All right, let's do this. 60k in a day. Woohoo! All right, here we are at the Hermitage, Dundas Valley. This is my first little rest stop for the day. First 5Ks in the book. Didn't take long. 45 minutes actually. I'm trucking. I actually need to slow down a bit, just so I don't put too much heat on my feet at the onset. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit here for a minute, take a breather, and then carry on. 5K in the book. Should I not? I don't think I should finger gun again. That was dumb. Okay, here we are. Down in the valley, just trucking along. Nice looking field of stuff back there. On one hand, my allergies are like, ugh. On the other hand, my eyes are like, ooh. So, that's a thing. Alright. Here we are coming out of the valley. Whew. Hills down there put a sweat on me, to be expected. It's not a bad day for doing a big hike like this. The sun isn't blazing. It's not too warm. It's also not too cold. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a nice day, but it's not bad. Definitely could be better. Hoping the skies clear up at some point, just so it's not so dreary and overcast. Well, it's about the first 8.5K in the books. Long day ahead. All right, Oh, it's either a big chunk of garlic or a dirty skunk. Well, I'm just passing through. I'm not bothering him. I'm always telling my friends there are two things that I deliberately try to avoid in life. One of them is walking into a fire hydrant, because that's just going to blow out my knees. I'm actually pretty clumsy, believe it or not. And then the second one is not getting sprayed by a skunk. It's been close a few times, but I've managed to avoid it I haven't been skunked, and I don't plan on getting skunked anytime soon. Alright, until the next time. And here we have the lovely Sherman Falls. Alrighty, moving on. This is a neat part of the trail right here, just after Sherman Falls. Ooh, there we go. Some nice rock formations, some trees, interesting road intersections. Yeah, it's pretty neat around here. You know, we're at Old Dundas Road, which is like sort of how like Wilson, I think, turns into Old Dundas and carries on from there. It's a pretty, like I was saying, it's a pretty neat little spot. Check it out. Oh yeah. With the pen and the track. Oh, what? Okay. Moving. Old Brucey gets a bit rugged in some places. And here we have the lovely Tiffany Falls. Alright, here we are at Tiffany. Peeled off the main Bruce to check out the nice waterfalls here, because they are nice. Can't just pass the Tiffany side trail and not check out the waterfalls. And it also adds a couple hundred meters of distance to the total trail time today, so it's all good. At this point, we're about 10K deep. First 2 hours in, decided to start pushing hard. Started even running a little bit back there. I'm getting a good sweat. Can you see my sweatiness? Yeah, maybe not. Eh, whatever. Anyway, so 10K down, 50 to go. Let's keep rolling. All right. So I just crossed Wilson Street after visiting Tiffany Falls. Head back up the escarpment towards the Shadok Radial Trail. So once I hit Shadok, that marks the first leg, if you will, of today's journey. Now, aside from just, run-of-the-mill, shortness of breath, a little bit of sweating, doing all right. But it's still just the first of 10K. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. All right, moving on. Oh, stairs. I don't like stairs. Oh boy, more stairs. Whew. Not a bad view from out here. Way over there, I'm zooming in. That is Sydenham Road, which is also part of the Bruce Trail. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Sydenham, and then Yeah, Sydenham links up to Borders and beyond and yada yada. Alrighty, carrying it. Bye-bye stairs. Whew, man. Some of those steps are like almost, you gotta push yourself up like 2 feet. That's a workout. Alright, moving on. Okay, I've been at this particular junction before, but it's a little tricky because the blazes get sparse. Like, there are actually no blazes anywhere, and beyond that property line there's a gun club, so you really don't want to go that way. But even though it's like there's no visible blazes that way, and there's also no immediately visible blazes that way, but from what I recall, that way is the way to go, and that way leads to private property. Well, alright, moving on. So yeah, so here we are. So it just came from up the trail that way. We were on that ridge. So there's a trail blaze there, but I mean, your only indication that you're going the right way is this bridge, which you can't even see from back there where the trail is. Well, anyway, moving on. Good old rocky, rugged Bruce Trail. You know, if you're not watching your step in some places, you could easily roll an ankle. Okay, here we are. Whew, just, where are we? See, oh yeah, we're just coming to the bottom of the Filman Road. We crossed Wilson, took the Bruce Trail up the escarpment. Coming to the bottom of Filman Road. And you can probably hear the highway, 403, off in the distance. Ugh, when I got close to this section of the trail, I could smell walking into the, I guess, you know, bubble of exhaust fumes that's concentrated around the highway over there. I can't smell it so much anymore because my nose is just, you know, filtered out that smell. But, man, I can feel it in my chest, like something fierce. And after all that exertion coming out of the valley, you know, it's pretty clean air down there, even though it's like pretty city adjacent. So yeah, that's the thing. It was a bit nasty. You know, that soot, hot soot, gross gasoline smell. Ugh, it's no good. We gotta stop relying on fossil fuels, people. Big time. It's gross. Alright, here we are. Topped out Filman Road. And we're moving on towards the Shadok Radial Trail, which is another which is a subset of the Greater Bruce Trail network. Walking past there's a bit of a bog to the one side here, and it's got farty pants smell. You know, smells like leather pants that are farted, which is a thing. I learned the hard way. Not necessarily the hard way, but I've learned through my experience and the experience of friends and acquaintances that leather pants are worse than rain pants for farty pants smell. Leather definitely traps the fart worse than anything. These are the things you start to think about when you're alone for too long. Alright. They're getting backlit, so I'm getting backlit here, so I'm going to sign off for now. Woo! So here's the fart bog. Or at least a part of it. It's stinky. Alright, here we are. Stepped off the main Shadok Radial / Bruce Trail to check out the sights on the Iroquois Heights. Whoo, I love this. I love it up here. Yeah, the Iroquois Heights are pretty tight. I like them. So should you. Alright. So we're just about clocking. I haven't checked. We're somewhere in between 13 and 15K most likely, based on the amount of time I've been going for. I know that the elevation changes down in the Dundas Valley slowed me down a little bit. So that's the thing. But from here, now that I'm back on mostly flat ground, from here to for the rest of the route, I should be able to keep a nice steady pace. And by 9 o'clock, I should be at 50K. So, you know, if I'm still doing this much past 10, 11, I'm gonna start to get concerned and possibly just call it. But we'll see what happens when we get there. You know, I'm closing in on 13, 15K, somewhere in there, and I'm feeling pretty good. You know, the conditioning's kicking in. My feet don't feel bad. I already know where I'm gonna get blisters, though. It's inevitable. I can feel it now already, but it's not bugging me now. We'll see how it goes. All right, here we are in the Iroquois Heights. Signing off until next time. And you see what these guys did? They brought a garbage can. Now, it might just be like a washer drum, or maybe even a drum from a dryer. It looks like a drum from a dryer. But either way, someone brought something out here so that they could do fire pit stuff and have somewhere to put their garbage. Like, you know, figure it out, people. Bring a receptacle that you're gonna clear out at some point, or just pack it out. You know, figure it. Yeah, you know, just figure it out. Like, put all your garbage in one spot. You know, don't just leave it strewn about. I mean, could you imagine how terrible that would look if all the garbage in that bin was just all over the place? It'd look pretty bad. Well, all right, moving on. Okay, it turns out we are actually still on the Bruce Trail. I thought that by, you know, when you come up Filman Road, and you're on the Shidooke Radial, right when you're coming off the bridge, there's a left turn onto a trail. I assume that was just, you know, not the Bruce Trail, but apparently it still is. You wouldn't know it, because at least in this part, you know, the Shidooke and the Bruce and chunks of trail in the Iroquois Heights all overlap, so who knows what places are for what trails, right? Anyway, moving on. Oh, look at that. Oh, earlier I was hoping the sun would come out, and it has, and I'm feeling good about that. All right, definitely moving on. Whoo-wee! What a view! Man, that's nice. Yeah, I started somewhere way over there. They're probably like there-ish, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, woohoo! What a view. Alright, here we are. We just topped out the escarpment. Made it through the Iroquois Heights on the Bruce Trail. And it's all downhill from here pretty much until Dundurn. Not that, I mean, if you're in a different, where's Dundurn, right? Who knows, right? Who knows? Who knows where Dundurn is? I know where it is. Do you know? Who knows? Well, anyway, it's all downhill from here, so I'm pretty happy about that. Sun's come out. Feet are feeling good. Well, we're still only like, we're definitely only like 15K into this so far. It's like 25%, but it's all right. You know, it's, you know, 15, 20K is, you know, that's a walk in the park for the likes of me. Alright, moving on. See you next time. Well, alright, so I just hit 15K, and the time has come. Breakfast is worn off. It's time for a snack. Today's snack is brought to you by Cliff Bar. This is a oatmeal raisin walnut. Walnuts and raisins, walnuts and rain, killing the hunger pains insane. Yeah, that was bad. I'm not gonna do that again. But that was an Adventure Time reference to walnuts and rain. You know, walnuts and rain, walnuts and raisins. Anyway, I'm gonna nibble away. No. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie. It's disappointing a lot of the times is Cliff Bars, you know, lots of chocolate, tons of chocolate in all the Cliff Bars. I'm lactose intolerant. It's like 8 out of 10 Cliff Bar flavors all have chocolate. I can't eat that stuff. Same old peanut butter bars really get tiring. So, put in some extra effort. Went all the way from Hamilton to MEC in Burlington just for a fistful of Cliff Bars. Worth it. Yeah, you know, I mean, it still tastes like a Cliff Bar. The rice puff bits in there and the rice syrup. You know, when you read the ingredients, the first batches are, you know, rice and like rice flour, brown rice flour, and brown rice syrup. So it still tastes. So. It still tastes like a Cliff Bar, but the walnut and raisin flavor is good. You know, you bite into a piece of walnut, hey, it's real walnut. You know, you don't got to worry about it. You know, raisins taste like raisins. So I've certainly not. Ooh. There's a breeze throwing me out here. That breeze just caught me. Whew. All that lingering moisture in my garments just gave me a chill when that breeze hit. Anyway. No, it's pretty tasty. It's not like blow your mind. It's definitely not going to blow your mind the way, you know, a white chocolate macadamia nut Cliff Bar would. I mean, those are my favorite, but I definitely can't bring those on a day where I'm, like, being really physical in an endurance sense because I don't want to get those stomach pains from the lactose. I made that mistake a few years ago when I tried a 60K day and made DIY energy bars. But I used whey protein, which is, it's like all lactose. It contains, like, it's so much lactose in there, it's ridiculous. So at the end of that journey, I did not make it 60K, but near the end of that, the stomach pains from the amount of whey protein I had ingested that day was making me want to fall over and die. It was that bad. I still don't know which pain was worse, the stomach pains or the pains of the blisters on my feet. Yeah. Well, that day was 45. And so I just got to keep walking for 3 more hours at my average speed this day to hit 60. I'm coming on a Cliff Bar here. Break time's almost over. I'll get back to the nitty gritty. So I'm just chilling, eating this at literally the side of the trail here. Some people just walk by. It's no big deal. I'll probably end up passing them in a few minutes once I get back on my feet. Got your garbage. Luckily, garbage can right there. Picking my spot strategically. Crap. For a little bit of boost. Crap. Okay. For a little bit of an added boost, let's go ahead and do an energy shot. So we got 6 bars, 6 shots, 1 every 2 hours for 12 hours, and that's giving me about 300 calories per break. I have a lunch plan. Lunch is gonna go down. All right. Now, I've never tried one of these before, so this is a first for me. Well, I don't know what to think about what it looks like. It's kind of yellowy, gooey. Well, don't think about it. Okay, that is all sugar. That's like... Wow. That's like concentrated vanilla pudding. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Now let's actually see what's in here. Okay. Ingredients: organic maltodextrin. I'm pretty sure that's sugar. Oh, wow. Organic dried cane syrup. A little bit of water. Natural flavor. Sea salt, potassium citrate. So yeah, it's electrolyte gel. Alright, moving on. Pack it out or throw it out. Do your part. Alright, back at it. Definitely say snack time was a roaring success. I definitely feel jacked from that ounce of pure sugar I just ate from that Cliff Bar energy gel whatchamahoozits. You know, I thought they might have actually put like B vitamins or multivitamins in there, like an energy drink, but nah, it's just a big blast of pure sugar to keep you going. Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm liking it. Like I said, snack time back there was a... Snack time back that way was a roaring success. So that should keep me... That should keep the worst of the hunger pains at bay until lunchtime. Plan for lunchtime is actually to stop at home. The midway point for today's journey is actually my house, my apartment. Or the apartment that has the house that has my apartment. Whew, getting a little loopy. Anyway, that's why I decided, like, you know, I planned the route to be in Hamilton. Start at one end, head for the other, keep the bus route adjacent the whole way in case of catastrophic bailout. And it just so happens that I planned the route on the Bruce Trail mostly. And the Bruce Trail happens to just be a short stone's throw from my house. Well, I mean, you know, not a stone's throw. You could shoot an RPG at my house from the brow, and most likely hit my house. My brain makes the weirdest comparisons, you know. Anyway, 15K deep. First snack time's in the books. We're heading down. We're physically going down the East Oak Radial Trail, and catch you on the next flip side. Nice looking hawk right there. Camera don't do him justice. He's literally like just 70 feet over my head. I can see like color details, and he's just the camera can barely see him. Beautiful. All right, here we are at the other end of the East Oak Radial Trail. We shall be carrying on this way to pick up Bruce Trail somewhere else. All right, let's go. Woo! Okay. Back on the Bruce Trail. And back up the escarpment again. Woo! These elevation gains. Man. It's a trial. Well, we're back on the Bruce Trail. Making gains. One foot in front of the other. Closing in on 20K. Whew. First third. First third, what? Whew. Alright. We're moving on. This particular spot, I call it the rock pile. So there's this nice pile of rocks here. Oh, a friend of mine came out here years ago and had it all built up. There was a wall there. There was a whole seating area in there. There was wall going all the way around to there. That big block there is actually a remnant of that wall. That block was placed by, you know, an acquaintance of mine. And then there was also wallage going down here. So that fire pit was much more built up. That's basically the smashed remains of what was once a way more epic fire pit. And well, you know, you can't bushcraft anything in a city and not expect people to just come along and destroy it, because they're dicks. And that's all I can really say. Well, this is the rock pile. It's a decent spot, but admittedly, it is a shadow of its former self. Well, on that slightly downer note, let's move on. Alright, here we are back at home. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it at some point in the video that the midway breakpoint would be my home, my apartment, and my home, and my house apartment, my apartment house. Anyway, so I decided to call it a day on the 60-day attempt this time, because primarily just the timing. I did actually start the day probably about 3-4 hours later than I had initially wanted to. I wanted to be on the trail by at least 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 7 a.m. at the latest. I did wake up early enough to do that, but it was a bad stomach day. Sometimes my stomach is real bad, sometimes it isn't. So it was a real bad stomach day, and so I just decided that I was definitely going to take my time getting ready and getting out the door. But by the time I was comfortable enough with my stomach to get out the door, it was already far too late in the day for me to feel comfortable being out on the trail 10 to 12 hours later. Not necessarily because of the dark, it's just the timing and being able to bail out effectively, you know, in the field. My primary bailout option is public transit, and transit in town stops at 1:30, 1 a.m. for some routes. So and there was definitely big time possibility that was still going to be trucking away at you know, midnight, 1 a.m. and if I was still, you know, 2 hours from home trying to, you know, get that last little bit in, but dying, well, let me rephrase that. If I'm 2 hours from home and I'm dead and I'm done, and there's no buses, you know, I've been through that kind of hell before, where, you know, the walls have all caved in and they are on top of you and you should be carried by someone. Someone should be carrying you. But still just have to 1 foot in front of the other, and that's some hell I'm not going through again, just for the sake of a personal accomplishment, because I've already done that. You know, 2 years ago when I tried to walk from Stony Creek to Niagara Falls, I had to bail out in St. Catharines, and the last hour, you know, well, the last hour and a half, basically, from when I was like, I'm done, where's the bus? Oh no, the bus is an hour and a half away. Not doing that again. That's like, no, that like wanting to fall down and die feeling for an hour and a half when you're already done is not something I'm willing to do again. And so, ultimately though, why I bailed out today was because by the time I would be reaching that 60K distance, if I was done and the walls had caved in, at that time of day, there would be no escaping on a bus, like, at all. And the benefit of the route I had planned today was that it was always pretty much bus adjacent. At any given point in time on the trail today, I was not far from a bus at all. You know, maybe like 10 minutes away at the most in some places. You know, maybe half hour. You know, half hour away at the most in some places. Like, there was no way that I would be far from a bus. But at midnight, near 1 a.m., doesn't matter how close to the bus stop I am, the bus ain't coming. So I'm going to call this attempt number 1. And this will all just be like one big video. The video will have like part 1 and part 2 in the same video. And yeah, so part 1 bailed because of a late start. But overall, 23K, 5 hours. That's pretty good. That's actually a really good time. You know, that's good walking time, but, you know, by the time I was done at home with break time and getting ready to get back out there, it's 4 o'clock, and I'm just like, nah, you know, if it's midnight and I'm dead to the world and need a bus route escape, it ain't happening the way I would hope for. So yeah, I decided to call it. But this is merely just the attempt number 1 for this year, because I have already tried this 60-day before. Didn't quite make it. So this is attempt number 2. Attempt number 2 is a bailout just because of, you know, timing, logistics issues. But I shall reassess and reattempt in a few more days. Because overall, aside from the timing, everything else about this attempt was absolutely flawless. You know, my long distance game is on point. I'm still worried about the potential amount of pain that I might be in once that 60K is done, but I gotta try. I really gotta go at it for realsies. So I'm gonna rest for a few days, rest off this 23K, and after that, try again. Yeah, because I can do it.
I hope.